What it do, house crew? Back here with another video. Make my GOAT list. After seeing all the shit ones I've been seeing on the internet by Lucas Tracy and Kenny Okoye and all these other guys, bro. I had enough. I had to make my own. And I had to make a real good one. Because why would I be here? I need to make a good one, man. So, it's gonna be a lot of stuff. Let's get right back into it. Let's get into it. Obviously, I'm going to be ranking the 25 best fighters of all time. It's the GOAT list, pretty much. I was going to do 50, but I'm too fucking lazy for that shit. So, 25 it is. And I'm going to be starting from like 25, and then we're going to go all the way up to number 1, which is the GOAT of the sport. First, let's start with the first one. Let's go Conor McGregor. I think Conor McGregor has done a lot in the sport. I think he deserves to be the number 25 just for not only his resume, but also for the fact the impact he's had on the UFC. Granted, I think he is overrated. I think he's not really like top 10 or anything. I know people had him as the GOAT at some point, but it's clear the fall off he's had is not good. I mean, if he beat Khabib, that would have been definitely great, but he didn't. So, for all the things he's done when he was in his prime, at this point, he's at 25. He's probably going to go lower, but I just have him there. He beat Jose Aldo who was on a huge win streak and was pretty much the only champion with 7 defenses in 13 seconds, which I don't think nobody's ever going to do again to someone of that caliber just for that reason. But that's really what's carrying it. And apart from beating Eddie Alvarez so dominantly, I mean, in featherweight, he's one of the best. But overall in his career, not really. Think I had to go with that. So next we got for 24, we got Robert Whittaker. I think Robert Whittaker definitely could be higher. I think at the end of his career, if he gets some wins in, maybe gets another title shot, maybe wins that, then he can definitely be way higher. I think Robert Whittaker gets slept on when it comes to these goal lists. I think Robert Whittaker has done a lot. I mean, let's be for real. He made GSP and Michael Bisping duck him heavy. GSP did not want the smoke with Robert Whittaker. Neither did Michael Bisping. Neither did any of these middleweight champions. He was literally interim champ for so long, and then he had a defense when he got upgraded against Romero, but it didn't count as a title defense because he missed weight. But I think it is a title defense because Robert Whittaker didn't miss weight, so it should be a title defense regardless. And he still had 2 wins over Romero. He had wins over a lot of middleweights. Costa, Darren Till, Kevin Gastelum, all these guys, And he's been at the top of the division for so long, and he's only had 2 losses in the recent times against DDP, who's a champ, and Kamsa, who's literally fighting for the title, and it's one of the most dangerous wrestlers. I think definitely Robert Whittaker deserves to be up here. If he beats RDR this in the 2 weeks, man, it's gonna be crazy. I think he could definitely make another title run. He just needs that win over RDR. If he gets that win over RDR, I see him maybe making another title run for sure. But for now, I think he should be at number 24. I mean, that's just based on what it is right now. I think he's done more than Conor. Let's be for real. He was a champ. He did defend the title. He did win. He had a very close fight with Izzy the second time. And people argue, even me, I argued that he won that fight too. But I think he deserves to be at number 24. Next, we got number 23. We got Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes, the problem is you could put him higher. I mean, I don't mind if you put him higher, but the problem is that he tends to be lower on these gold lists. He's not even mentioned, but I think he should be in the top 25 because of like the amount of title defenses he has. He has a win over GSP, win over BJ Penn, and I mean, he has, I think what, he has 5 title defenses. I mean, definitely, I think that's the second most amount of title defenses. And he deserves all the credit. The problem is the competition he faced wasn't as good. Apart from BJ Penn and GSP, he didn't really fight any notable people that could put him higher in this list, considering a lot of these other guys are newer guys who fought more skilled people, So I have to put him there. I have to put him at 23. I think he's definitely better than Robert Whittaker on the GOAT list in terms of like, the status. And you could be higher, but the problem is the competition he's faced isn't that good to warrant a higher position on the card. So exactly that. For number 22, we're gonna put a non-champ. Almost every person on this list is a champ, but I have one non-champion, Dustin Poirier. Technically, he's a champion because he was interim, but Dustin Poirier's never won an undisputed belt, unlike a lot of these people. And the reason why I have to put him number 22 is the resume he has. He only lost to TKZ. Okay, he lost to Cub Swanson early in his career, but he lost to TKZ. He lost to, okay, and then Michael Johnson as well. But let's be for real. I mean, those two losses aren't that bad. He lost to the three best lightweights of all time: Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, and Khabib. And he's lost to Justin Gaethje, who he beat. He's 1-1 with. Apart from that, 2 wins over Conor, win over Michael Chandler, win over Pettis, Eddie Alvarez. He has 2 wins over Max Holloway. I mean, he's done so much in the sport, and this is his last chance. If he gets a win over Max Holloway in this weekend and ends off in a win, I think he definitely could be higher, maybe 20. But man, it's like I think he doesn't get mentioned in these GOAT lists enough, and he should. He's the best fighter who's never won an undisputed belt. He is. He fought so many people. He's beat so many people. He's only lost to the best, and his career is so stacked, and he has so many good wins over so many good fighters that it's silly to not put him in this list when there are people on this list that don't have as of a good resume that he has. So I have to put him on there. Next, we got number 21. We got Leon Edwards. Hear me out. Just because you lose to Bilal and Brady does not mean you don't deserve to be on this list. There's 25 fighters. I know people are going to be like, oh, you snuck Leon on here. Here's the thing. I'd still think in the lowest case, he could still be top 50. Because he's a champ with 2 defenses. He has a 12-fight win streak. He beat Usman twice and Colby. He's beat a lot of other guys. Nate Diaz, RDA, Cowboy Cerrone, Gunnar Nelson, Vicente Luque. He's beat so many of these guys. You should put him up there. Now, above Dustin, the problem is I was thinking of putting him below Dustin. But unlike Dustin, Leon's actually been a champ with 2 defenses against 2 quality people. I know Colby's not as good, but Usman is definitely a great defense. So, I have to put him above Dustin in this case. So, enough said. I think that's a very easy pick right there. So, let's go with that. Next, we got Dominic Cruz for, the next one. And the reason why I say Dominic Cruz is so low on this list is because of the injuries and the fact that he hasn't really fought that much, With Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dvalishvili, I feel like Dominic Cruz definitely is bumped down the list a lot, and I don't think that he should be any higher because he's retired. If he beat Rob Font, maybe that would have been a good win, but yeah, I mean, he's still the first bantamweight champion. Beat Benavidez. He beat Uriah Faber. He beat T.J. Dillashaw. I mean, and beat Mighty Mouse as well, dominantly. So, I mean, he still has a lot of great wins, and it definitely puts him above the other guys. But it doesn't put him below at this. It puts him at 20 at this point, just because. I just feel like it could be somewhat non-negotiable that he should be below a lot of these other guys I'm about to put on, So, let's go on with the next one. 19, Khabib. Now, a lot of Dagestani guys, a lot of guys who like Khabib, a lot of Dagestani fans, a lot of Muslims are probably going to be mad about this. And the reason why I put Khabib so low on this list, his resume is one of the most overblown resumes of all time. Like, it's not even a joke. I'm telling you, he has a good resume. I'm not denying that. But to put him top 5 or top 10 or even in the top 15 is blasphemous when there are so many guys who beat so many other people, beat so many better people, who's had more defenses. To put Khabib above those guys is just stupid. It's just stupid. Let's be honest. Yes, he was dominant in his title reign, but a lot of these other guys were dominant in their title reigns. It makes no sense to put Khabib above these guys when his wins are against Conor McGregor, who was drunk as hell and didn't even look like he trained for this fight. Justin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. I mean, I feel like his last 2 wins were the only good ones. And it's a suck because he gets his title off Ali and Kinta, which is not really a good win. And it's because of those reasons I can't put him above certain people on this list because it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's bias. It's bias if you put Khabib top 5 or top 10 when there are so many fighters who have built better legacies than Khabib. It's just so silly that he's even in the GOAT debate at this point. Like, maybe 4 years ago, yeah, maybe Khabib could have been in the GOAT debate. But it's been 4 years. There are fighters like Israel Adesanya and all these guys who've built so many better legacies than Khabib. It's like, why is he even in the discussion? We gotta move on. Yeah, he had a good reign, but we gotta move on, guys. There's so many better people. You know, a lot of people like to call me biased against Muslims because of this, but I think the bias towards Muslims is the reason why Khabib's being placed in these GOAT talks when, let me tell you, Islam surpassed him like 2 defenses ago. He did. So, in that case, I have to put him at 19. Next, we got Murad Dvalishvili. This is a good pick. I think it makes sense at this point. Having wins over Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley, Umar, Henry Cejudo, Jose Aldo, Marlon Moraes, all these guys being on a 13-fight win streak, having 2 defenses, being pretty much proclaimed the bantamweight GOAT, it is a no-brainer. A no-brainer to put him on this list, and it's a no-brainer to put him above these guys. The problem is the dominance he's had. I know he's dominated so many of his opponents, but he doesn't get a lot of finishes, and I think in the GOAT debate, it has to be more than just winning against these guys. It has to be the amount of finishes they're getting, right? And the quality of competition. But I think with a couple more fights, we could see Merab even enter the top 5. We could see that very well happen. And the reason why I put him at 18 is because, well, I just think that he needs to do more, and I think he can do more. He's still pretty young in his career-wise, and although he is getting older, I think he has so much more to show that we haven't seen yet, and it's only clear he's getting better and better as he keeps going. So, I think in that case, I'm going to have to put him at 18. Next, we got 17, Charles du Bronx Oliveira. This list is cooking. I'm cooking right now. I put Charles Oliveira. I could put him higher. The problem is the fact that, you know, he's kind of inconsistent now, but he's only lost to the best. He deserves to be above all these other guys, and he's, if not, the 3rd best lightweight of all time. You know, just let me do something real quick. Sorry. Back. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying that Charles Oliveira is the 3rd best lightweight of all time. I think that his resume, his 12-fight win streak, the wins he's had over so many other legends in the lightweight division, and the fact is he's doing this in the lightweight division, the most stacked division. Yes, the problem is it's like the losses. He's had a very rocky career to start with, and then he started getting really good. So I think overall he maybe not as high, but I'd say right now he is definitely making that legacy. And although he just lost to Ilia Topuria, I still think that he is still one of the best lightweights, and no one's taking that away from him. Let's be real. So I'm going to leave him at 17. For number 16, to cap off this section, we got a one and known Dricus Duplessis. Dricus. Or Dricus. I think Dricus has cemented himself as one of the middleweight GOATs at this point. I think the finishes he's had over Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya, the 2 wins against Sean Strickland, being undefeated in the UFC 9-0 and being a champ of 2 defenses, it is undeniable to put him on this list at this point. If he beats Kamza in a couple months, I truly think he's going to be, like, honestly, second best middleweight of all time. I think he could surpass Israel Adesanya because he's so strangely good. I think a lot of people kind of shit on Dricus because he looks weird. He doesn't really fight conventional. But Dricus is strangely good because of the fact that he tends... Like, how do I describe it? He's strangely good by looking strangely bad. I feel like a lot of people still underestimate him. They think that people are going to run him over, people are going to dominate him. But Dricus has that heart to fight, and he wins. And he's only getting better. He looked really phenomenal in the Sean Strickland rematch, where not only was he able to outstrike Sean Strickland for 5 rounds straight, he was landing bombs on Sean Strickland. He was breaking Sean Strickland's nose. He almost finished him, too, which is a very tall order because Sean Strickland has a really good chin, and he's tough. He's tough to KO. Dricus was beating the hell out of him. He finished Robert Whittaker pretty easily. And I think even the jab that he threw on Robert Whittaker broke his jaw to the point where broke his jaw really bad. And he submitted Israel Adesanya, pretty much ragdolling him on the ground and making it pretty even on the feet. And people were saying that was the best version of Israel Adesanya yet. I mean, Dricus is so good, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people at 319. I think he is going to show that he really does deserve to be champion when I think he's going to beat Kamzat. I think he beats Kamzat. I mean, it's still 50-50. I am, like, teetering on the edge. Like, I'm really not sure. Like, I feel like Kamzat is so dangerous. But I feel Dricus has what it takes to beat him. And I think Dricus has proven time and time again he's truly elite. He's truly elite. And he's only getting better. He's still young. He's 30 years old. He's just in his prime. He's just entering his prime right now. And, you know, the record states... The record speaks for itself. You look at his record, you look at any other record, he is undefeated in the UFC, and he's beat so many good people in middleweight that I think it's undeniable to put him at 16. I know, putting him above Charles, Khabib, Merab, all these other guys, it's a bit weird. Why do you put him above Charles and Khabib? I feel like the way he's winning these fights is definitely very dominant. He's destroying all these guys. He's destroying Sean Strickland. He's destroying Robert Whittaker. He's destroying Israel Adesanya. He's getting finishes almost every fight, and he's a champ with 2 defenses, and he's on the top 4 pound for pound. It's undeniable to put him in this position. I think he really is good. I think he's going to prove this spot come August 16th. I don't think Kamzat is going to get an easy fight with Dricus. He's not. So, let's go with that. Next, let's go with number 15, putting Tyron Woodley. I feel like Tyron Woodley is heavily slept on when it comes to his reign. I know he had a huge fall off, brutal loss to Usman, Burns, Colby, and then Luque. But I think Tyron Woodley, in his prime, was so dominant. He had a win over Wonder Boy, win over Damian Maia. He knocked out Robbie Lawler in the first round. Impressive win streak he had. He looked unbeatable. After the Darren Till win, he looked like no one knew who was going to beat Tyron Woodley. And he was hated on by the UFC for no reason whatsoever. Just for the title reign and the fact that he's had 3 defenses, I think he deserves to be in the number 15 spot. He is arguably the 3rd best welterweight of all time. If you were to rank it right now, it would be GSP, Usman, Woodley, and he's the 3rd best welterweight of all time, and he deserves to be number 15. I think he's above these guys just because of the dominance he had over the division, fighting really good opponents. I mean, Darren Till in his prime destroyed him. Wonder Boy in his prime destroyed him, and he had some stinkers as well, but KOing prime Robbie Lawler. Oh my god, I can't fucking speak. KOing prime Robbie Lawler in the first round. It's just legendary shit, and I think he doesn't get the respect he deserves, in my opinion. Next, we got number 14. You're going to call me a casual, but I think he deserves to be on this list for a very good reason now that he had a win over in UFC 317. Ilia Topuria. This man is undeniable. When you KO Volkanovski, Holloway, and Charles Oliveira dominantly in a row while being undefeated and a 2-division champion, it is undeniable that you are on this list. I think he's already solidified himself top 15 of all time. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me casual, call me an idiot, call me whatever. He has put himself on this list. He's proven himself very well, and I think that in due time, he will be a top 5 mainstay of all time. I think he's so insanely good. Like, you don't know. You guys don't fucking know. Ilia is insanely good, and he's so well-rounded. He looks unbeatable anywhere. You stand with him on the feet, you're gonna get knocked out. You go into the ground with him, he is gonna be able to out-scramble you. He looks so unbeatable, and it looks like in the current lightweight lineup, it looks like he might not even lose in lightweight. I think he beats Islam Makhachev. I really do. And I know a lot of people are going to be saying, like, oh yeah, Islam submits him. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think Islam made a good decision moving up to welterweight. Because if he did fight Ilia, it would have been a bad day. The Ilia that fought Charles would have destroyed Islam. I'm sorry. But reason is I put him lower on this list than Islam, for example, is because he hasn't done enough. I feel like, 2-division champion, he has a 1 defense in featherweight. I feel like if he has to do more. Maybe if he beats an Arman Tsarukyan and a Paddy Pimblett, top 5 or top 10 easily. I think he can definitely dominate the lightweight division because he's so good, and I feel like at 155 that's where he will do his best work. At 155 his power is insane. Sleeping Charles like that in one hit, that's unheard of. I mean, Charles. It's not like Charles is some slouch either. He's faced so many hard hitters, and nobody's done to him what Ilia did to him. I mean, at this point, I think it's safe to say, put him number 14. I think he's done enough to deserve that. Next, we got number 13. I like to put my boy Islam Makhachev right above Ilia Topuria. I think Islam does get a lot of flack for the title defenses thing. I don't think it's his fault, but it is a big stain on his record. I think, in my opinion, he surpassed Khabib 2 defenses ago. I think beating Charles Oliveira and Volk alone while being on a huge win streak is way more than what Khabib has done. And I also think that, if he does claim the welterweight title later this year, I think he definitely has the chance to become a GOAT of the sport. He's done so much in the sport, 15-fight win streak. He's broken all these records, most defenses at lightweight. I mean, beating all these guys, beating Prime Volk, beating Prime Oliveira, dominating Prime Oliveira, and beating Prime Volk, and beating Dustin Poirier, finishing him as well, finishing Moicano. I mean, Moicano's not a really good win, but it's still okay, I guess. 4 defenses, though. And not only that, he's beat so many people in lightweight, like Bobby Green, Dan Hooker, a lot of these other guys, Arman Tsarukyan. I mean, he's beat so many people. He's on a huge win streak. He's still pretty young in the game as well. He's like 33 as well. I mean, it's clear that he's not really going anywhere anytime soon. I think if he does win the welterweight title later this year, I mean, he's undeniably top 10. Undeniable. But right now, I put him at number 13 for that reason. Next, we got the guy who KO'd Islam, Pantoja, right here. After UFC 317, holy hell, people need to stop sleeping on this guy. We really got to stop, because look at what Pantoja is doing to the flyweight division right now. He is undeniably the second greatest flyweight of all time. It is no debate. You beat Manel Kape. You beat Kai Kara twice. You beat Moreno 3 times. You beat Royval twice. You beat Kai Asakura, Steve Erceg, Alex Perez. I mean, so many of these guys. And he's cleared his division. He has 4 defenses, 5 title wins, and he's only getting better. He's only been looking more dominant every single fight. And now he's preparing to make his 5th defense against Joshua Van, who I think Pantoja could easily destroy Joshua Van. I mean, Pantoja is so good and so well-rounded. He's so dangerous. Like, let me tell you, I feel like one thing what I see in Pantoja that I don't see in a lot of grapplers is how quick he gets to a submission and a body triangle. He's always going for a submission. Even if he doesn't take you down, he will jump on your back and try to submit you. And he's so fast. He's so elusive. He's super crazy. Like, he will legit just jump on you and immediately, like, pounce on you the first few seconds of the fight. And he's so good and he's improved so much of a striker that, like, now he's, like, beating up motherfuckers like you're saying. He's now dominating people like Royval, and he dominated Kai Kara France, who a lot of people thought would, be able to chin Pantoja, and he just made Kai Kara look easy. He made him look easy. And for that reason, he deserves to be in the top 15 alone. I mean, he's beat so many good people in the division. I think flyweight needs to stop getting disrespected. I don't think that I'm gonna be real. I don't think that Pantoja gets enough respect for what he's doing. If he gets a few more defenses, he should be above DJ. He should. I mean, he's already broken almost every record that DJ put. I think most finishes in flyweight, not biggest win streak, but apart from the biggest win streak and the most title defenses at flyweight, let's be real, look at the competition Pantoja's going through compared to DJ. DJ's been a champion since he first started fighting in the flyweight division. Pantoja had to go through a rogues gallery to fight for the title. And then he fought for the title and then beat those rogues galleries again as part of his defenses. I mean, the competition is just not even the same. I think Pantoja gets heavily slept on. I know people don't like the flyweight division because, they're all small men. Maybe insecurity. Maybe they just like to see big men swinging and knocking each other out. But in a technical way, I think the flyweight division is the most technical division. It's the most skillful division. It's also the most fun division. Honestly, you will see so many scraps. Everyone's so good and so technical. The fights are honestly so good to watch in flyweight. I mean, Royval versus Van alone should be fight of the year. Undeniable. So, I have to put him at number 12 because he deserves it. Next, we got number 11. Just before we enter the top 10, we got Israel Adesanya. Now, Israel Adesanya has done so much for the sport. He's one of the superstars of the sport. I know, like, a lot of people know about him. And, he has second most title defenses in the middleweight division. He beat so many guys: Robert Whittaker, Vittori, Costa, Romero, Alex Pereira. And yeah, he's going through a bit of a fall-off right now, 0-3 in his last 3 fights. But it's undeniable. I mean, Israel Adesanya deserves to be on this list no matter what. He was destroying motherfuckers on his way to the title run. He beat so many guys. He's literally in the Hall of Fame for one of his fights. And he was a dominant champion. He made everyone look easy. Except Robert Whittaker the second time. But he made everyone look easy. And he's only lost to good people. I mean, Mabov, number 1 contender. Sean Strickland, former champ. GDP is the current champ. Jan, former champ. Alex Pereira, former champ. I mean, he's only lost to quality people. And I have to put him in this part because he's dominated the division for so long. He made the middleweight division exciting with his fights. And, people thought, with the Rockhold, Weidman, Bisping, all that drama and stuff, GSP vacating. It's nice to see Israel Adesanya come in and kind of give a division its new king, his new long reigning king. So, definitely deserves to be on this list. Next, we're going to enter our top 10 with the number 10 pick, Kamaru Usman. Enough said. 15-fight win streak. I think he's the second greatest welterweight of all time. 5 defenses. You know, a lot of people like to critique the defenses, but let's be real. Colby, Masvidal, and Burns are not bad wins, considering how much he dominated all of them. And huge win streak, all that stuff. And he's still doing it. He's still winning. He won against Buckley literally a couple weeks ago. I mean, he's still in the game. He's still up there showing that he is truly elite. And that's such the age. I mean, I think he would have been lower if he lost to Buckley. But at number 10 is a very good placement. I think he definitely deserves to be at that point. He beat so many good people, dominated Woodley, and has the second longest win streak of all time. If he beat Leon, he would have beat Brett Anderson Silva's record. So, I mean, he's still dominating. I think he can fight for the title again, that's for sure. If he can reclaim, he could probably fight for the title again if he gets a good win, because I think he's still pretty good. But as for now, I'm going to put him number 10 because I think he deserves all the accolades. He is the second greatest welterweight of all time. No doubt. So, for that reason, I'm going to put him there. Next, we got Max Holloway. Put him at top 5. He's not top 5. He's number 9. Max Holloway's going to make his defense of the BMF title this Saturday in a week or two. And I think he deserves to be number 9. He's the third. I'd say he's like, you know what? I'd say he's the third greatest featherweight of all time. And for that reason, it's because, he was a featherweight champion. He beat Aldo twice by KO. He beat Ortega, beat Frankie Edgar. Honestly, I thought he won against Volkanovski the second fight. But it didn't matter. But, he won against Volkanovski the second fight. He beat so many other guys. Yair, Cater, Arnold Allen, TKZ. He literally gave Conor McGregor a tough fight. Prime Conor, by the way, at the age of 20. And at the age he is right now and what he was doing when he was champion, he was so young doing all these things. It's undeniable. He's top 10 of all time. He is top 10. And for the legacy, he's only lost to Volkanovski, Conor, Dustin, Ilya. And Bermudez, but honestly that fight could have gone to Max. But he's lost to really good guys. And, I mean, we'll see. I think Max will definitely prove a lot of people. I think Max will definitely show a good comeback against Dustin in 318. I think he'll show how good he is at 155. I mean, he dominated Gaethje as well. And produced one of the best KOs of all time. So, for that reason alone, he's number 9. Next, for number 8, I'm going to shout out the heavyweights. Stipe Miocic. I think Stipe doesn't get a lot of recognition for what he's done. I mean, he has the most heavyweight title wins. He beat Prime Ngannou, dominated Prime Ngannou for 5 rounds straight. It was a 50-44. He beat Overeem, JDS, Verdum, all these other guys, and he beat Daniel Cormier twice. I mean, having all these records at heavyweight and being a 2-time champion and doing all these things, he doesn't get enough respect. He really doesn't. People never really talk about him in these GOAT lists. They never do. They always talk about, John Jones, all that stuff. Oh, yeah. And then, Daniel Cormier or Francis Ngannou. They always talk about Francis Ngannou. But they don't talk about the man who dominated Prime Ngannou. Where everyone was saying Prime Ngannou would destroy him. It would be Anu. And then Stipe, in the underdog fashion, just destroyed him. Dominated him. I mean, he was one of the best heavyweight performances of all time. And Stipe was honestly really technical, really fast heavyweight in his prime. He was one of the best boxers. He had a really good head movement, good wrestling, and he knocked out Daniel Cormier. He dominated Francis Ngannou. I mean, it's enough said, man. We gotta start giving him his respect, man. So I have to put him at number 8, man. It's just the facts. And let's move on to the next one. Next for number 7. Is it number 7? Yeah, it's number 7. You got Daniel Cormier. Double champ, second double champ of all time. And he's only really behind Jones. I put him ahead of Stipe because of his light heavyweight wins. Two wins against Rumble, a win against Gustafsson, Uzdemir, Silva, and he had a very good lead up to his title. Destroyed Dan Henderson, made him look average, honestly. And Dan Henderson was a beast back then. And then he beat Stipe in round one knockout. Then he beat Derek Lewis. Defended both titles. Defended the heavyweight title and the light heavyweight title. He had two titles at the same time, and that's why he has to be a number 7. I think and maybe he was right. Maybe he should have retired after Derek Lewis, and you'd probably not have those 2 losses in this record. But let's be for real. The only man he's actually lost to in light heavyweight is John Jones, and that's the only one above him. So he has to be there. Next, we got number 6 of all time. Before we enter the top 5, we got to put Jose Aldo. No, over there. Jose Aldo. It's undeniable. He is top 10. 7 defenses at featherweight. One of the most dominant featherweight champions of all time. He had a great resurgence in bantamweight. I know he lost to Peter Yan, and he has a lot of losses in bantamweight, but he had a very huge win streak. He was a top contender in bantamweight. He fought for the title in both divisions. And apart from his loss, he's only lost to champions. And let's be for real, he won against Mario Bautista and Amin Zahabi. He won against both those guys. He did not deserve to lose those fights, and it sucks how bad they did him in the retirement. Didn't even give him a retirement send-up, but they gave it to Michelle Waterson Gomez and Anthony Smith. They gave him a lot of disrespect, and I don't think he deserves it. He deserves to be known as one of the greatest featherweights of all time. He was number 1. I mean, right now, as of only recent, he's not number 1, and you'll see why. But it's clear, man. He's a two-time featherweight champion. He's only lost to the best, and a lot of his losses are robberies. He did not deserve to lose against Marias, or he did not lose against Marias or Mario Bautista or Amin Zahabi. He did not. And he's still one of the most dominant literally almost 45 years old, still giving these young up and coming contenders a hard fight. I mean, truly a legend. I'm sad that he's retired, man, because he's truly one of my favorite fighters of all time. But now we're in the top 5. We are in the top 5 of the GOAT list. We're going to start off with number 5, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be confused. Who is it going to be? Who is the number 5 greatest fighter of all time? Volkanovski. Now, it would be silly of me to not put Volkanovski in top 5 at this point. Volkanovski has 3 wins over Holloway, a win over Ortega, Yair, TKZ, huge win streak. He had a very competitive close fight with Islam, which he could have arguably won. He could have. I didn't think he won, but he could have won. And he's only lost to Islam and Ilia Topuria. That's it. Just those 2 guys in the UFC who are the pound for pound number 1 and number 2. But he's had so many defenses at featherweight. He's beat so many great people. Honestly, some of the most dangerous featherweights of all time. I mean, beating Holloway 3 times is insanely impressive. I have to put him above Jose Aldo because he's beat better competition, and reclaiming the title against Diego Lopez definitely solidified that for me to put him in the top 5 above Jose Aldo. I think at this point, with the featherweight division standing, he can definitely defend the title a couple more times. Maybe against a Bozvar and a Yair again. And he can retire happily, and he can be the top 5 greatest of all time. I mean, he's definitely proven it. At the age of 37, he broke the 35-year-old curse. So, I mean, all props to him, man. Gotta put him at number 5. Next, we got number 4. Anderson Silva. Longest win streak of all time. Most amount of title finishes. most amount of title defenses in middleweight, beat a lot of great people. But let's be for real. I think the problem is that the competition wasn't as good, and he has some steroid accusations and some steroid tests fail, and he was getting destroyed by Chael Sonnen in the first fight. Let's be for real. He would have lost if it went to decision, and for that reason, he has to be number 4 because he's done so much. He's broken so many records, but his fall off and the fact his competition while he was a champion wasn't necessarily the best puts him lower on this list. He's not the GOAT of the sport just because of those things. Number 3, I'm going to put a very controversial pick. It's going to piss off some people. Jon Jones. I don't know why you would ever call Jon Jones the GOAT ever again. I don't get it. 2 to 3 years ago, after he won against Gane, easily he would have been the GOAT of the sport. Easily. But he has shot himself in the foot by not only ducking Tom Aspinall, who was an interim champion, and this is not the first person he's ducked. He's ducked Francis Ngannou. He ducked the Reyes rematch. He literally canceled the whole event because he did not want to fight Chael Sonnen on short notice. He's never taken a fight that he hasn't had an advantage in. Not only that, he's popped for steroids multiple times, ruined events because of it. And his resume, especially in light heavyweight, he deserves to be in top 3 because he's beat so many people in light heavyweight. He has the most amount of title fight wins in history, and he has a lot of defenses. But let's be for real, a lot of those defenses were washed middleweights. And, going against Smith and Santos, not finishing Smith in 5 rounds is just plain embarrassing. And then getting your ass beat by Reyes and then robbing him. It puts so many stains on Jones's record. And there's so many, ifs and, stains on his record and his resume. He has to be number 3 for this case because I don't think he has done enough to go above these guys who have done not only similar to what Jon Jones has done, but done it in a more dominant fashion and done it without the steroids and the ducking. So, for number 2, we're going to put Mighty Mouse. Now, Mighty Mouse, he is a flyweight GOAT undeniably. Most title defenses in a row. He beat so many guys. He beat Benavidez, Dodson, Tim Elliott, Henry Cejudo, Kyogi Horiguchi. I mean, he's beat so many guys, and he was so dominant in his reign. Honestly, he was so dominant it made him, not sellable because people always knew TJ was going to win no matter who the opponent was. They had to make a whole tough season, the Ultimate Fighter season, to find an opponent to fight DJ because we were running out of contenders. He's so active, and he never popped for steroids. He never had any accusations. He was a clean fighter. He was very good. He was very skillful, super well-rounded, very good striker, and a very good wrestler and a grappler. He was so well-rounded. It's he made everyone look shit. And he had so many finishes as well. It's I think UFC did him dirty in the later half of his career by trading him for Ben Askren. But for this reason, he has to be number 2. Before I would have put Jones as, he would have been lower. But I think with how Jones's career ended and how the accusation, the steroids, the ducking, not fighting good contenders, and having to only choose easy matchups. Having Stipe, 43-year-old Stipe, who's literally semi-retired, who's probably acting more of a fireman than he's actually been a fighter, as your first defense in heavyweight after being injured for a whole year and a half. It's embarrassing. It is insanely embarrassing, and for that reason, that's why I put DJ above Jon Jones. Next, or finally, we have the GOAT of the sport. This is the greatest of all time, the guy who deserves all the praise, who I think is the greatest of all time, who I think he's demonstrated that in all of his title fight wins, who I think he's beat the best competition, who's broken so many records. He's the GOAT of this division, and he's also a 2-weight world champion. GSP. Now, I know it's going to anger some people. I know people are going to be like, oh, why isn't Jon Jones? Jon Jones has more wins. Jon Jones has more wins. It's let's be for real. The people GSP was fighting weren't slouches, you know? Like, it was so much better competition that DJ and John Jones was facing, let's be honest. And he was dominating all of them, except for Johnny Hendricks. But, you know, he beats Johnny Hendricks, he beats Nick Diaz, Carlos Condit, Jake Shields, Dan Hardy, Matt Hughes, BJ Penn, Matt Serra, so many guys that are like, it's undeniable. Then he disappears for 4 years, and then he comes back and destroys Michael Bisping in a division above and gets the 185 title. I mean, he's avenged both his losses. He lost to Matt Serra and Matt Hughes, and then he avenged both of them, which I think does more than just having those losses anyways. Like, people like to say, oh, GSP lost twice, and John Jones did it. John Jones lost to Reyes, let's be honest. And GSP avenged both his losses in dominant fashion, beat Matt Hughes twice, and then he beat Matt Serra. I mean, he was so well-rounded. He was a great wrestler. He was a great striker, too. He had so many good combos. The jab he had is honestly one of the best jabs I've ever seen. Great wrestling, great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He dominated everybody. 9 defenses at welterweight. Like, he was so dominant for so long, and let's be for real, to this day, he is still talked about as one of the greatest of all time. And that's why I'm going to put him as the GOAT. I've always looked up to him. He's such a good person. He's natural, and he's never popped for steroids, and he still leads a good life, and he was always humble. I think that the personality also affects the GOAT too, you know? Like, sometimes we just don't want to celebrate a fighter who's just been an asshole, you know? Or criminal. So, I'm going to have to put GSP as the GOAT. Anyways, this is my list right here. As you can see, it's a very beautiful list. I think this is way better than Lucas Tracy's or Kene Okoye's or any other list on this platform. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.